Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mouthing Off with Mike, the only wrestling podcast that is going to gamble his way to WrestleMania 41 tickets for night one and night two. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long time since I have done an episode for Mouthing Off with Mike. You always can catch me on Boom Broadcasting after most weekly episodic wrestling shows like Raw and SmackDown for the nightcaps. But it is WrestleMania season. I got my WrestleMania 40 jersey on. Fly Eagles Fly. Current reigning defending Super Bowl champions, where the WrestleMania was held last year in Lincoln Financial Field. This year, we are in Sin City. We are in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada for WrestleMania 41. We've got a lot of matches to get into. We've got night one, we've got night two, and we've got what could happen following WrestleMania. So ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. The road to WrestleMania is on. We are one stop away from WrestleMania. And let's make that last stop right here on Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast.
Mouthing Off with Mike, Mouthing Off with Mike, Mouthing Off with Mike.
Welcome in to Mouthing Off with Mike. Welcome in to my WrestleMania prediction episode. It is going to be one hell of a weekend in Las Vegas. We are going to see a man finally get his long-awaited WrestleMania main event with CM Punk taking on Seth and Roman Reigns. We will see the greatest of all time, John Cena's last WrestleMania match. We will see some of the powerhouses and the core of the WWE Women's Division lock up when we will see the current rookie sensation Tiffany Stratton take on the savvy 14-time women's champion Charlotte Flair, as well as an incredible triple threat match from some of the greatest women who have ever came from NXT with Rhea, Io, and Bianca Belair. But let's start with your WrestleMania Night 1 matches. And we are going to start off with a match that, to be honest with you, I was surprised made it to the WrestleMania 41 card. That is going to see El Grande Americano, new WWE superstar who has taken the WWE Universe by storm. He will take on Hall of Famer and one of the greatest of all time, the greatest luchadors of all time. That is the master of the 619. That is none other than Rey Mysterio. We've got Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano, one-on-one action, WrestleMania 41, night one. And I'm going to be honest with you, this match could steal the weekend. Now, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I draw a lot of similarities to this match to a certain Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio matches that we've seen in the early 2000s. I also could, dare I say, I do feel a little bad for Chad Gable. He misses out on another WrestleMania. He's the leader of American Made, and he's not even on the card. But Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano, it's going to be a good match. This very well could be one of the better wrestling matches that we'll see on the WrestleMania 41 match card over the weekend. But I am going to give the win to WWE Hall of Famer, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. Give me Rey Mysterio. Big win. WrestleMania Night 1. For months and months and months and months, we all speculated who attacked Jade Cargill. Many were led to believe it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Many were led to believe it was other women on the SmackDown roster. Many, myself included, even speculated that it was the EST. How dare I even consider the EST attacking her best friend and tag team partner and fellow tag team champion Jade Cargill? But lo and behold, After all these months, we finally see Jade Cargill return triumphantly at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event, and she goes right after Naomi. Naomi had been the one that attacked Jade Cargill all along. She was jealous. She felt that her and Bianca were stronger together, that she could be a better tag team champion, that her and Bianca had a bigger and stronger and more personal friendship than Jade, and that the moment Jade and Bianca didn't need Naomi or find her to be useful to their championship title reign, then Naomi did the same way by Jade, the way Naomi did Jade. Naomi has cut some incredible promos on the road to WrestleMania. Naomi as a heel, quote unquote, or a justified, paranoid, evil, just insecure character that we're seeing from her has been a 10 out of 10 for me. This was exactly what Naomi needed. No ifs, ands, buts. I don't want to hear anybody argue this. Argue with your wall. This right here was the best creative decision on the road to WrestleMania 41. Naomi and Jade, the match, I believe they will have a fine match. We all know Jade, she has some shortcomings in the ring. She may not be as polished as a Naomi. I don't think that takes away from this match. You know, at the end of the day, wrestling or WWE is sports entertainment. So if this match is a shorter match on Mania Night 1, I wouldn't be upset. I'm just happy that for the first time in a really long time that we're getting a women's feud centered around an actual story other than just the title. And the title on Raw or SmackDown or the tag titles, it is now centered on Naomi and Jade and Naomi's jealousy and insecurity and worry and paranoia. Naomi tells Jade to proceed with caution. Jade says a storm is coming. So that can only lead me to believe one thing here, that when these two finally get face to face and lock up in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania 41 Night 1, we may be talking about this match for years to come, for a positive and negative, whatever the case may be. I'm just glad both these women made WrestleMania. In my feeling, Naomi gets the win here. Naomi needs a big win here. But at the end of the day, the winner of this match will be Jade Cargill. Jade wrestled last year at WrestleMania 40 in 6-woman tag action with Bianca and Naomi. This year, she gets her singles match. She'll get her singles win. Following suit thereafter, I could very well see if Bianca does win the title, you could set something up with Bianca and Jade. You could set something up with Bianca and Naomi. You could set something up with the three of them. Jade will win at WrestleMania 41 against Naomi, but Naomi, keep doing it, girl. Keep crushing it. Best booking decision I've seen from Triple H on this road to WrestleMania. Next up on the docket here, ladies and gentlemen, we got the World Tag Team titles being defended on WrestleMania Night 1, where the war. Do that at home to follow along. There's like an episode of Dora the freaking Explorer here. You know, when I hit the war, you be hitting that shit right now. Hit that shit in your car if you're listening on audio, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. I don't know how many other audio platforms I'm on. Maybe Amazon. I don't know. I just be sending that feed out there. Just whoever wants to listen. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this in your living room, in your bathroom, maybe you're on the porcelain throne. I don't know. We got the tag titles. The War Raiders. War. Hit that shit right now. Versus the evil New Day. The New Day. Big heel turn. A lot of your favorite good people in the year 2025 finally reached their breaking point and snapped. John Cena. The New Day. Two of the most, beloved tag team wrestlers, power of positivity. I got a box of Bootios hanging on my wall. I'm staring at it over here, post camera adjacent. So, New Day turn heel, destroy poor Big E verbally in the middle of the ring on the 10-year anniversary spectacular on Raw. It is an absolute travesty. What two scumbags, absolute scumbags, Woods and Kofi Kingston, from a character standpoint. Remember, When we talk things on Mouthing Off with Mike, we are talking in kayfabe, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking into the storylines. We are in the wrestling verse here. I'm not talking about them as people, as who they are in real life. No, I'm not calling them actual scumbags. I'm calling their characters right now scumbags. I feel like over these last couple weeks, a lot of fans have taken liberties for themselves to badmouth wrestlers and get on social media and type up a bunch of bullshit. So if you're one of those fans, then you are going to hate Mouthing Off with Mike. You're going to hate me because I'm not going to criticize these people. I'm not going to criticize anything. I will criticize the hell out of character decisions, booking, logic, things like that, creative, all of that. But I'm not going to criticize these people as people. Please, get a grip. Back to the letter at hand. New Day, utter scumbags. Just downright dastardly heels. War Raiders, two of my favorite tag team wrestlers in the company. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, have fought and overcome litanies of injury, bad booking, silly booking with Vince McMahon prior. They are multiple-time tag team champions outside of WWE. They're multiple tag team champions now inside of WWE. They are defending the titles at WrestleMania against the New Day in a story, in a match, in a feud that has just started 2 weeks ago. Okay, now, some of these other matches did take a little bit of time to build. Some of them have come pretty quickly over these last couple weeks. For me personally, if there was a set of tag titles for the men to be defended on WrestleMania, that would be the Street Profits WWE tag titles on SmackDown being defended in a multi-man match. I know all of my wrestling podcasters, fans, content creators, and everyone in between agrees to that. We talked with Mike Dave, the pres of Boom Broadcasting, host of Drop the Mic on the Nightcap last Friday night. He said it. We talked to Sean from Wrestling of Destiny. He said it. Chano from Four Sides of the Ring. He said it. Mark from Booking Like a Mark. Rick from Rick 8-Bit and Booking Like a Mark as well. All have said the same thing. Profits should have been on WrestleMania defending those tag titles in place of them. That's a booking decision. But then again, you cannot leave the decorated tag team of the New Day following a massive heel turn off of WrestleMania. I'm also happy for the War Raiders. They get another WrestleMania match. They were in 39 in that multi-man match, which was a sleeper match of WrestleMania 39. That was probably one of my favorite matches from that year's WrestleMania. I believe, in my heart of hearts, the power of positivity for the New Day is officially dead, and they are all about the power of negativity, or the, I don't know, figure out an alliteration for me. Comment it down below in the comments. Instead of power of positivity, what are we doing? The blank of negativity? I don't know. I believe the War Raiders will retain the tag titles at WrestleMania. Call me crazy. I'm going to give the War Raiders the win, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think Big E comes out and costs the New Day the tag titles. So, y'all want to go big? Let's see if we go big at WrestleMania 41. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry here. I was just getting ready for our next match here. We have the megastar L.A. Knight, defending his United States Championship against the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 41 for night one. And go ahead and take these glasses off here, LA Knight, because I'm going to be honest, folks. I don't think LA Knight's leaving WrestleMania as United States Champion. I believe that it is the Samoan werewolf's time to hold his singles gold, his first taste of singles gold in WWE, and new United States Champion, Jacob Fatu. I mean, he's unstoppable. Braun Strowman cannot put this man down. Well, mind you, it's not the same old Braun Strowman we know and love, but still love you, Braun. Jacob Fatu has been a menace since arriving in WWE, thanks to Solo Sikoa. And it seems that Jacob Fatu, over the course of natural progression in these last couple of months, he has excelled what I think WWE was expecting from him, and that is why he is getting a singles match at WrestleMania for the championship, for the United States Championship. So I'm all for this. I have a lot of stock in Jacob Fatu. I have a lot of stock in Mr. LA Knight, but on paper, Jacob Fatu's walking out of there as the United States champion. I'm sorry, LA Knight. I love you. Hopefully we got a Money in the Bank briefcase in your future this summer, but for the most part, the United States Championship time, the run, is over for now. Jacob Fatu is going to go ahead and bring that home to whatever variation of the bloodline we're in now. And I think we're going to set up some tension here with Mr. Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu and new. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our final 3 matches as of the time of this recording for WrestleMania Night 1. We got a Women's World Title match. We got a Men's Heavyweight Championship match. And we have a triple threat with 2 out of the 3 Shield members and 1 CM Punk. So let's start with Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against the 14-time Women's Champion, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, Charlotte Flair. And there is no love lost, no love found between these 2 women. Charlotte has done everything in her power to rattle Tiffany, the savvy rookie on the block here on the main roster this year. Rattle her on the road to WrestleMania. Tiffany, she was rattled a few times. Can't deny it. But she came back, and she came back hot. We have seen speculation run amok. I've had former wrestlers on their podcasters break it down. We've got WWE telling Fightful and the other journalism and the other dirt sheets that this wasn't supposed to happen, that they were shooting, and when they work yourself into a shoot and yada, 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 and this, and the other thing, and don't you think they'd say all that to make you really care about this match? Because what are you talking about? You're talking about Tiffany Stratton making comments about Charlotte Flair's personal life on live television, talking about her 0-3 in relationships and marriages. So that right there, wow. Then you got Charlotte coming back to that with, well, then why is Kaiser in my DMs? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And you mean to tell me they didn't talk that through? They didn't say, all right, we're going to go here. No one's going to know. Them 2 talk. Triple H is in the back saying, all right, Charlotte, all right, Tiffany, here's what we want to do. We want to make the people talk. We're going to get the people talking about your match. They're going to be invested 10 times more than what they were, because they were. That entire weekend following that SmackDown episode 2 weeks ago, everybody and their favorite podcast content creator was talking about it. Is it a work? Is it a shoot? Did you work yourself into a shoot? Did you shoot yourself into a work? I don't know. That's MOWM for you. I'm going to play with mine a little bit here on this show. Charlotte and Tiffany. It's a wrestling story as timeless as you could imagine. It's history. It's wrestling history. You have the up-and-comer, the woman who is in the division. She capitalized on her Money in the Bank briefcase to become a WWE champion. She has held the title here for much of 2025 after cashing in on Nia at the very SmackDown I was at. I saw that cash in. Here's fan footage right here of me watching Tiffany cash in on that SmackDown episode to become Women's Champion. I went nuts. That crowd here in good old hot Phoenix, Arizona, that crowd was hot. It was hotter in that building than it was outside, and that is a damn fact. Charlotte, something's missing with Charlotte. I think what happened here was I think Triple H expected the fans to cheer for Charlotte coming back from injury, savvy. She's one of the most over women. She's one of the greatest of all time, right? So you figure the fans are going to be happy to see her, and they were. Don't get me wrong. They were happy to see Charlotte. But as soon as they announced Charlotte was going to be in the Royal Rumble, that was going to be her return, everyone knew where that was going. Charlotte's winning the Royal Rumble, and she's challenging Tiffany Stratton. And she did. That is exactly what happened. Charlotte got the upper hand on Tiffany for the first 3 weeks of their feud. We worked it through. We had a little satellite interview between the two where Tiffany stuttered and stumbled. We had that promo on SmackDown where we're talking about relationships and failed relationships. And then we have them just downright brawling this week that just passed. Charlotte lost at WrestleMania 39. Charlotte did not make WrestleMania 40 due to her ACL injury that she had suffered prior to, I think, shortly thereafter in the year 2024. It was like right around post 39, right in that timeline there. She had torn her ACL, MCL. I think the whole shebang, dude. The whole knee was shredded. MCL, ACL, LCL, whole thing. She comes back, about 12 months later. I think it was like right around 11 months, I think. Something like that. I mean, ACL, total ACL, MCL, LCL, yeah, that's taking time. That's taking time. Even for the freak of athlete and genetics that Charlotte has. But tale as old as time. The rookie versus the savvy vet. Charlotte can't lose at WrestleMania. She just lost 39. If Tiffany loses, she said it herself. I lose to one of the greatest of all time, and I lose to a 14-time world champion. My role model, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, if you lose to me, you lose to the new green rookie on the block who's only been here for a cup of coffee. What does that do for your legacy? Me beating you does everything for mine, but what does your legacy look like if you lose to me on the grandest stage of them all? So that leads me to believe Charlotte Flair will become a 15-time women's champion at WrestleMania 41. At the end of that match, it will be Charlotte wooing all the way through the Las Vegas Strip. Oh, once again, excuse me. Hold on a sec. There's only one way we have to do this, right? There's only really one true right way we can bring in this next match here. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead, get the yeet shooting sleeve on here real quick, because we're gonna talk a little bit about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. The Ring General Gunther defending his World Heavyweight Championship against the Royal Rumble winner. That is not going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Main event, Jey Uso, It's fucking hot. I can't leave that armband on for too long. We're just going to throw that one to the wayside here for the moment, folks. Jey Uso, Gunther. This is now what? 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I'm not counting how many licks it takes to get the center of a Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Pop, I'm talking how many times have we seen Jey versus Gunther in some capacity over this last year? I believe it has been 4 times in total. This will be number 4. Jey lost the IC title, lost the World Heavyweight title twice to Gunther, or was it 2 times IC, 1 time World Heavyweight? Can't really remember. A little bit of shaky. I'm sure good brother Mark from Booking Like a Mark, if he ends up tuning into this total thing, he'll tell me down in the comments. I'm sure there'll be a Booking Like a Mark comment pinned to tell you how many times Jey has taken on Gunther prior to WrestleMania 41. Jey Uso eliminated John Cena. And we know how that went for John Cena. He ended up getting his match anyway at WrestleMania. We'll talk about that when we get to night 2 here a little bit later on. There's more matches, folks. We're still not done. It's a Mouthing Off with Mike extravaganza. Jey Uso, Gunther, world title. This match is not main eventing. We know what the main event is. It is CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman being in Punk's corner, and he now owes Seth a favor that we know the favor is, but future me knows the favor. Me, right now, past me, doesn't know the favor. So maybe the favor will be announced, and I'll be able to... You never know. You never know. I'm mouthing off with Mike here, folks. We're doing groundbreaking stuff here. Jey Uso versus Gunther should open WrestleMania. Now, I should have started the predictions with this match, but I wanted to start with something just kind of like a nice lofty curveball right down the pipe, you know? Take a 460 center field at fucking Yankee Stadium. Call me the judge here. All rise. I want to start off with like a nice curveball, nice lofty home run of a match to really kind of start us off here, which was, Rey and El Grande Americano. But I did want to get to this match. I want to spend a little bit of time on it. This is a big one for Jey Uso. He's coming off of a career year. I mean, dare I say, Jey Uso's coming off a career 5 years. The Bloodline story, okay. Fuck, we're doing a sidebar. Sidebar. The Bloodline story did incredible things for Roman Reigns. It did incredible things for Solo Sikoa up to this point. But dare I say, the biggest winner out of the whole Bloodline storyline over the last 5 years was Jey Uso. Jey Uso has gotten his singles match last year against his brother that he won. This year, he's getting a world title match after winning the Royal Rumble, after being one of the most popular wrestlers, and he's going to do it on the grandest stage of them all. Folks, you're not going to like it, but WrestleMania is going to become Yeet Mania, because we are going to be yeeting down the Las Vegas Strip all night long after WrestleMania Night 1. Hopefully, the slots, the roulette table, the craps table, are in my favor. Are in my favor. So we can get to WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Like I said, the only wrestling podcast that is going to gamble his way to WrestleMania tickets. I am not shitting you. I'm going to gamble my way to WrestleMania tickets. I'm going to see these matches, baby. There's a will, there's a way. We're gonna turn it, baby. We're gonna run wild. If you or anybody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLING. Back to the matter at hand. Jey Uso's gonna win. He's gonna become the world heavyweight champion. I'm gonna be yeeting. We're gonna be sitting probably next to. We're gonna be sitting at WrestleMania 41 at Allegiant Stadium, probably next to the uncles and cousins of the past. I'm gonna be sitting up there with Umaga and the High Chief and the Wild Samoans cheering on Jey as he wins the world title at WrestleMania. Because that's the only tickets I'm affording. Nevertheless, Jey Uso, baby, coming out of WrestleMania, get yeeting. I'm yeeting here. I'm yeeting there. I'm yeeting at the Las Vegas Strip. I'm yeeting at the Sign. I'm yeeting at Fontainebleau. I'm yeeting at the Luxor. I'm yeeting at the Flamingo. I'm yeeting at New York, baby, because Jey Uso is going to be the world heavyweight champion following WrestleMania Night 1. Let's get to the main event, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of WrestleMania 41 will see Seth frickin' Rollins take on Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, your tribal chief, the only tribal chief, and of course, the second city savior, the best in the world. That is the man of the hour, because he finally gets his WrestleMania main event. That is CM Punk. And ladies and gentlemen, he's got a longtime best friend. His former manager. He's a Paul Heyman guy. He's got Paul Heyman in his corner as his personal favor. How did things play out when the tribal chief's wise man is in the corner of an enemy at a WrestleMania main event? This is now Roman's, 10th WrestleMania main event? God damn. That's incredible to say. That's a concept. I remember being 10 years ago, furious with the Roman Reigns Royal Rumble win, and oh my God. And I remember watching WrestleMania 31. It was my senior year of high school. We had just we were getting ready to graduate. I had just come back from visiting Arizona State to go to school and doing my campus visit. I just got back, and man, I was so fucking amped up when that music hit and Seth Rollins cashed in. That cash of that heist of the century, I'll never forget it. It was like 10, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It was in San Francisco that year, so it was an earlier show for the West Coast. And I'll never forget, man, hearing Seth's music, I was going absolutely fucking nuts. And it's just me watching at this point. I don't think I watched with any of my buddies from high school, but it was just me in my room and on the WWE Network, man. Had school the next night, had school the next morning, and I was going absolutely fucking nuts. So nuts that I got yelled at. I got yelled at. Parents were like, "Hey, shut up in there. What are you doing? It's late." Okay, sorry, Ma. Sorry, Pops. My bad. But this is history, folks. This is 10 years of fucking history right here. 10 years of history. Over 10 years. Damn. Over 10 years. You're talking basically 13 years ago, 2012. The Shield came in. They were supposed to be a part of CM Punk. CM Punk was supposed to be the leader of the Shield. That never happened. That never ever happened. Now, all these years later, WrestleMania 41, the main event, CM Punk in a triple threat match with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. I don't know who's going to win. You know who wins? You, me, the fans in attendance, the fans watching at home. All of those CM Punk fans who have waited on bated breath for over 20 years to see that man main event of WrestleMania. And god damn it, he finally gets to do it. I can't say what you want about CM Punk. I don't give two shits about your opinions. I gather your own opinions for yourself. They're your opinions. I respect them. My opinion of the matter of the fact is he has always been a misinterpreted, misunderstood, old school mentality wrestler, and that's why things didn't work for him in AEW. That's why everything is clicking for him this go around. It's a whole new regime. Things are way different in WWE, and you have a guy like Triple H who had massive beef, these two guys. They squashed it. They are doing business together. He's doing business with Seth Rollins, someone that they do not get along. Whatever. If they get along real talk and they got me, they got me. But I'm still under the impression that they don't like each other. They are not inviting each other to go on double dates, to the movies or to dinner or meet up when they're in said city and go to catch a Cubbies game or a Bears game in the case of Seth. No, that's not the case at all with these two. These two hate each other. They do. They really do. Seth, Roman, what a dynamic. Now, personally, I think this match could have went to Seth and Roman themselves. We could have slotted in Punk somewhere else. But there's no other way to get Punk in the main event, so here we go. This is kind of a thank you to Seth, I think. I think Seth wins. I think it makes all the sense in the world for Seth to win this match. I also lean here heavily towards CM Punk. I don't think Roman wins. I mean, Roman's coming off a loss last year at WrestleMania to Cody. Shout out, Cody. Shout out Roman, that match last year. Fantastic, man. One of my favorites I ever got to watch live. History. Roman doesn't nearly need this win. He's got a whole side quest going on now. A whole side quest. He got problems he's got to figure out. Because now imagine that. Jay's the world champion. Jacob Fatu's the U.S. champion. He's losing to CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. He loses his wise man. He has no bloodline. He has no family, and we have to see a new Roman Reigns. We have to see a new advancement in who he is as a character. Give it to Seth or Punk here. I'm gonna be stupid here, and I'm gonna not go with my gut. I'm gonna go with the heart. Give me CM Punk winning this match. Night 1 main event, winning in his first ever WrestleMania main event. Going to CM Punk in Las Vegas, Sin City, for the straight edge superstar CM Punk. Let's go ahead and let's start to talk about night 2 of WrestleMania here with the matches coming up in just 1 minute because there's no commercials. I lied. There is a commercial for this episode of Mouthing Off with Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, go down into the link, the description of this episode if you are planning on copping any WrestleMania merch, like this jersey I got on, for this year's WrestleMania, shirts, hats, socks, plaques, neon signs, water bottles, signed memorabilia, used by WWE shop. Affiliate link down below. Help support MOWM and Boom Broadcasting as well. Use code MOWM for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek, just in case you're looking at last-minute WrestleMania tickets, much like I am. Let's get back into the action here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into these night 2 matches here for WrestleMania Sunday night on April 20. Happy Easter. Happy 420 if you partake. Call me RVD. We're going to start off with a match that I have no idea who he's taking on anymore. because at the time of this recording, that opponent is a mystery. Much like the former group he was in, Evolution is a mystery. Randy Orton's WrestleMania 41 opponent was originally supposed to be Kevin Owens. Unfortunately, it has been announced that Kevin Owens needed neck surgery. Speedy recovery to KO. Always fight Owens, fight. When it comes to that, man, much love to KO and what he's been putting on for us in the year of 2025. Incredible work, KO. Speedy recovery, heal up quick. Can't wait to get you back in the ring, man. See what you're going to accomplish in 2025. Randy Orton does not have an opponent for WrestleMania. We are teasing two men, Solo Sikoa and Nick Aldis. And if I'm going to predict anything, I'm going to say it's going to be Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis at WrestleMania. Randy's hitting him with 2 RKOs. Last year, this year. He even paid him an extra $50K the last time he paid for an RKO fine from Nick for this one. Long-term storytelling. Shout out to my friends on social media that pointed that out to me a couple weeks ago. I think it's going to be Randy versus Nick Aldis. The other wild card, much like the Prez on Boom Broadcasting said on the nightcap last Friday. Aleister Black. We've been seeing the vignettes on SmackDown. Maybe they decide, you know what? Let's do a mystery match. Let's have Randy do an open challenge. I think it could turn into a Randy Orton open challenge. I'm going to put this one on night 2 because night 2 has one less match than the rest of night 1. So I think Randy's opponent will be figured out maybe the Friday night SmackDown before WrestleMania, or they go with a Randy Orton open challenge at WrestleMania. Nevertheless, if it is Nick Aldis, Randy Orton will get the win. If it's Solo Sikoa, he'll get the win. If it's Aleister Black will probably get the win. We'll see what happens there. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles, will take on the Maverick, Logan Paul. I would have much rather seen AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. I would have much rather seen AJ Styles versus me. I would have much rather seen AJ Styles versus top-notch Dyson Bennett, versus TJ Brady, versus the Zombie King. I would have seen AJ Styles versus a broom at WrestleMania rather than Logan Paul, but all right, Logan Paul's on WrestleMania, whatever. It's going to be a great match. AJ Styles can't have bad matches. The only bad WrestleMania match he had was with Shinsuke Nakamura, and that was due to Vince McMahon being an absolute fucking dope. Simple as that. AJ Styles, Logan Paul, match made over the last couple weeks. AJ and Logan have kind of been bickering back and forth. Karrion Kross is also randomly inserted into this too, which I like. I'm kind of pissed that Kross didn't make Mania, but I mean, he hasn't really had a story to sink his teeth into since the Wyatt 6 win, and then they didn't follow that up with anything for Karrion Kross. That's not his fault. That's a Triple H problem. Karrion Kross was named by DDP on CVV's show as one of his most underrated wrestlers, and I agree. Karrion Kross, highly underrated. Would love to see him in the mix post-WrestleMania. Would love to. He's going to take on AJ Styles. He had a match with AJ Styles on Raw. Once again, past, future thing, trying to keep things, green there. But they got a match on Raw. Probably will be a solid match. But AJ Styles and Logan Paul, it's going to be a good match. Logan's going to look good, but I really hope Logan does not win against AJ Styles because we don't have many years of AJ Styles left. And AJ Styles, I think he's only got one WrestleMania, maybe 1 or 2 WrestleMania wins in his career. Maybe 1. 2? 2. He's got 2. I'd like to see AJ Styles beat Logan Paul here. Seth beat Logan a few years ago at 39. Somehow, I don't know how he walked out of WrestleMania last year. As champ. LA Knight ended up getting it at SummerSlam, but AJ Styles, please, Triple H, please, if you can hear me, AJ Styles gets the win. Let me manifest that one, speak that one into existence. We finally have a stipulation added to a match on WrestleMania 41, and that is going to be a Sin City street fight with Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre. Comes full circle. Last year, WrestleMania, Priest cashed in Drew 5 minutes and 14 seconds after he won the world title from Seth. Thanks to CM Punk. Now we're back. A year later, WrestleMania 41, Sin City, Las Vegas, Priest, McIntyre. It's going to be a great match. They've sold this match for me over the last couple weeks. The brawling, the beatings, the promos, they've sold this match for me. It is going to be a good match. Now, for Drew McIntyre, I feel like he wanted more out of WrestleMania. I think Drew really wanted to take on Roman at this year's WrestleMania. The story was there. I also think Drew could have been in the title picture as well. I think that story was there as well. I also feel that Priest and Drew was a good story. It was worthwhile. It was good. It was okay to revisit this because Drew's kind of going through and kind of righting the wrongs of his past and, kind of taking care of people who have wronged him and have doubted him and screwed him over. And Priest is one of those people, so it makes sense. Drew's justified. There is no heel, there is no face in this rivalry. It's a justified dislike of each other. So Drew and Priest are going to have a good match. I think, in my personal opinion, this could be another match that people talk about after the weekend as like a sleeper or an underrated match or a hidden gem on this year's WrestleMania. I'm going to give the win to Drew McIntyre. He needs a big win. WrestleMania. He won last year for the title. I think he's got to beat the man who cashed in on him last year at this year's WrestleMania. And then I think Drew McIntyre is scheduled for a big 2025. I have to say, I will give credit where credit is due. As much as I would have liked to see the Women's Mid-Card Championships make it to WrestleMania, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships did make it on the WrestleMania Night 2 card. We've got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of Judgment Day defending their titles against the unlikely team of Bayley and the Intercontinental Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria. And after the 2025 that Liv Morgan has had as being one of the mainstays, as one of the staples of the Raw Women's Division, I have no doubt in my mind that Liv and Raquel will retain those tag titles at WrestleMania against the unlikely pairing of Lyra and Bayley. There was a huge missed opportunity to have the Women's IC title defended in a triple threat with Bayley and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez's stand and deliver match is still in question at the time of this recording, so when you catch my NXT stand and deliver predictions that are going to drop later this week here, you'll probably find out where Roxanne is wrestling and who she's wrestling and what she's wrestling for. Until then, we've got this match. Missed opportunity, I think, for the Women's IC title, but I'm happy Liv made WrestleMania. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and still Women's Tag Team Champions coming outside of Las Vegas for 2025. Listen. Do you guys hear that? Because I hear some dogs barking in Vegas, baby. Where them dogs at, baby? Because we got Braun Breaker defending his Intercontinental Championship against Zero Miedo Penta, that dirty Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day, and the Prince, Finn Balor of the Judgment Day, in fatal four-way action for the Intercontinental Championship. I would have liked to have seen Sheamus get slotted into this match, but whatever. That'll come one day, I hope, for poor Sheamus. Poor guy. That poor man just never gets his shot at the IC titles. He's just sitting there in the corner watching everybody else get a crack at the IC title. Day in and day out, that man is sitting in the corner watching people compete for that championship, and it's getting a little frustrating here for Sheamus fans like myself. Braun Breaker, Penta, Dirty Dom, Finn Balor. This is gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger. Fatal four-way, Penta. Whew, yeah, that guy. Been in WWE for let's see here, 4 months. January, February, March, April. 4 months. WrestleMania on the card. That's got to be record. That has got to be a record for a debuting superstar from another company, world-renowned, to be on a WrestleMania card within 4 months of them being on the main roster, fighting for a singles championship on said WrestleMania card. Dom and Finn, it's going to get hairy in this match. Dom's going to go for a pin on someone. Finn's going to break it up. Finn's going to go for a pin. Dom's going to break it up. I think those two are going to be distracted fighting one another. They're going to be too busy bickering, fighting. Well, you should let me win. Or you should let me win. Back and forth, back and forth. Both of those guys are going to snap. Backlash, wherever the hell Backlash is, it's in St. Louis, baby. Backlash is in Randy Orton country. Backlash match, put it already on the card. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio. Winner is the undisputed leader of Judgment Day. Now, back to the matter at hand that leaves us Braun Breaker and Penta. Call me crazy. Call me delusional. Call me mouthing off with Mike. Just don't call me late to dinner. Penta will win at WrestleMania 41 and become the new Intercontinental Champion. And unfortunately, the Penta mask that I ordered got delivered to Mrs. House, and I don't have it. So I would have put it on right now, messed up my nice hair, but you can picture the Penta mask on me as I make this prediction. Oh, maybe I'll edit it in post. Throw that Penta mask on me while I'm giving this prediction. Penta, Zero, Miedo, WrestleMania 41, and new Intercontinental Champion, baby. The WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship has played a little hot potato over these last couple weeks. Rhea Ripley defended her title against Io Sky, the Monday Night Raw after Elimination Chamber, and Io Sky shocked the world, becoming the Women's World Champion. Io Sky has a number one contender by the name of the EST, Bianca Belair, because she won the Chamber Women's match. And, of course, Mommy Rhea Ripley couldn't let that slide, and she signed the contract, too. Adam Pearce said, fuck it, let's make it official. I need a drink anyway. Triple threat women's world title match. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Mommy, the Genius of the Sky, the EST of WWE. Oh, baby, folks. Give me a moment here, because you've got 3 NXT Black and Gold alumni, 3 staples of the women's division for the next 10 years, 3 certified, classified, greatest women's wrestlers of this era, and 3 women who are all deserving of this championship. I am torn. Let's break it down. Rhea Ripley. She's a multiple-time women's world champion. She's coming off of blood feud with Liv Morgan. She was the champion. She had to relinquish the championship. She won the championship back. She lost the championship. So she's a 2-time women's world champion. Io Sky won the championship from Rhea thanks to Bianca kind of interfering in the match. Bianca then was the special guest referee in the following rematch, and shenanigans ensued, and we got a triple threat. So, Wrestling Booking 101. Always count on shenanigans. Rhea does not need the title win, so I'm going to take Rhea out of this. Unfortunately, Mommy, you're going to stay to the wayside for the moment. We're going to focus on Bianca and Io. Io Sky, can she afford to lose the championship this early on in her title reign? Will Bianca Belair's WrestleMania undefeated streak up to this point be in jeopardy? I mean, we're already giving her a streak, and she's had 6 WrestleMania matches. Okay, so she's 6-0 at WrestleMania. Fine. But until we get to 10 or 12 or 15 and 20, then it's a streak, right? Taker, they didn't really start tracking it until 10. They were like, oh shit, you're 10-0 at WrestleMania. I think it's time to market that. And they did. I think when Bianca gets to 10-0, if she does make it to 10-0 following WrestleMania, then we can start talking about the Bianca Belair WrestleMania streak, the EST streak. Io Sky needs this win to assert herself to the next level, to assert herself as one of the premier main title women on the roster of Raw or SmackDown, wherever they end up following WrestleMania, the draft, and all the other shenanigans that take place. I'm torn here between Io and Bianca. My brain says Bianca, my heart wants Io. I'm okay with Bianca winning the title. I'm okay with Rhea winning it too. I just don't think she's in that position right now. I think Rhea's going to take a little backseat, go on a side quest, maybe fight for the IC, maybe fight for the tag, maybe just do some one-off feuds and just kind of keep the women's division kind of doing that. I mean, if we're booking Naomi and Jade in a, one-on-one feud that's not centered around the title, you can do that same for Rhea. You can absolutely do the same for Rhea. She's one of your top talents, and you should be doing that for her. Bianca and Io is where I'm torn here, so I'm going to flip a coin. I'm going to give the win to the EST, Bianca Belair, and she's going to become the new Women's World Champion at WrestleMania, thus potentially setting up something with her former friend Naomi, and maybe her former tag team partner and current friend, maybe former friend-to-be, Jade. Give me maybe Bianca and Naomi at SummerSlam? The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, will become the WWE Women's World Champion at WrestleMania 41. I told you guys, it is a marathon, not a sprint when it comes to these WrestleMania matches. There's a lot more this year than we had last year, it feels like. I think last year we were 6-6 a night. This year it looks like we're poised for 7-7 a night. Maybe even 8-8. It's slated to be a 9-hour show on Peacock right now with a 3-hour pre-show. There better be some pre-show matches. I swear to everything. I ain't sitting through a 3-hour pre-show. If I'm at a watch party and I'm not in the actual fucking stadium, in my seat, fucking ripped, drunk, crossed, whatever you want to call it, I don't condone that for kids. If you're listening, please don't show this to your children. We are somewhat we are family friendly adjacent. We are not kid friendly. Go off with Mike, please. It's a long one, folks. Buckle up, get your energy drinks, get a couple cups of coffee, maybe a pot brewing, especially if you're on the East Coast, because you are going to be up late. You're going to be watching late because you're a wrestling fan. Shout out to Sabrina Carr. Get some espresso while you're at it. We are at the final match as of this time of recording. WrestleMania 41. You see these two little, shout out to the slap band things that I saw at Walmart. I picked these up. Got the spinner and the WWE Undisputed. This is a perfect little like mic thing if you're a podcast. So these are great just to put on the mic to kind of make that add a little bit. Like I could add more. I could do more. I could add the North American title. I'm not going to because it doesn't fit, for this match particularly. But shout out to those slap bands. I saw them on TikTok. I had to pick up a couple of packs and pretty cool. I mean, I don't think I'll wear them to WrestleMania. Maybe I'll wear them to WrestleMania. Fuck it, why not? Who cares? Ball. Fuck it, we ball. I'll wear my Jey Uso armbands, my LA Knight song. Who cares? Who cares? Let's talk about it. Main event, night 2, the main event of WrestleMania. The main event, right? The last match of the weekend is the main event. I'm happy for CM Punk with his main event Saturday night, but the main event of night 2, the main event of the weekend is the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. John Cena shocked the world. Shocked the world at Elimination Chamber when he won the Chamber and then decided to sell his soul to The Rock, sending shockwaves through the wrestling fandom for months to come. 25 years of John Cena, almost. We're almost there. And this right here has been the most evil Cena we have ever seen. Bloodies Cody, destroys Cody, bashes the fans, tells the fans when he wins, he's the last real champion they'll ever have. He's taking the title and leaving. He's taking his ball and he is leaving WWE and he's retiring as WWE champion. And Cody Rhodes said, I'm not letting that happen. As long as there's blonde in this hair, as long as there's a tattoo on my neck and there's adrenaline in my soul, John Cena, you are not taking this title from us, the fans, from me, from WWE. You are not doing that. I will beat you. I will add a hurdle to your retirement tour. I will not let you do this. Cody Rhodes, the people's champion. That's my champion. Cody Rhodes, the story finished last year at WrestleMania in an incredible moment. Damn near brought me to I shed a single tear watching Cody win that title. The crowd going crazy. I got the goosebumps. Incredible moment. This year, Cody Rhodes gets to go up against the greatest. In my personal opinion, he is number 1 on my Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. John Cena. Cody gets to go up against John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 41. That right there. If you're a Cody Rhodes fan, you can appreciate Cody Rhodes coming from the career Cody Rhodes has had, the shortcomings, the failures, the gambling on himself, the starting a company, the coming back after all these years, winning the big one, winning the title that eluded his father, Dusty, all these years. You got Cody, I got Dusty behind me, I got Cena somewhere in the mix. There he is right there. They're next to each other, as you can see the Funko matchup. Man, what a storybook year Cody Rhodes has had as the champion. He's had some good matches. He's had some great matches. He's had some times where the fans question the title run, and I had to tell people, look, give it a chance, and we got to where we needed to get to, WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes losing to John Cena is not a burial. John Cena losing to Cody Rhodes doesn't make the John Cena retirement tour doesn't add in any, it's not a problem if Cena loses to Cody here, is what I'm trying to say. This is tough for me. Bias aside, brain says John Cena wins. I also feel like a swerve could happen here in this match. I think you could very well get The Rock showing up. Cody wins and they restart the match. Cena beats him. You could also see Cena cheats to win. Cody wasn't expecting it. The Rock makes a stipulation at the last second and makes it no holds bar or something, or no DQ. Or it's a 2-on-1 handicap match with Travis Scott and John Cena. I don't fucking know. I'm still Travis Scott. Whatever. Nevertheless, I want to be at night 2. I want to see John Cena's final WrestleMania entrance. I mean, that explains why those tickets are way more expensive than night 1 right now when you look at the ticket prices, because everyone wants to be there for Cena's last match. Night 1 is a great card also on paper. I think night 1 is stronger than night 2, except the main event of... I think night 1's stronger. Well, they're both pretty equal here for me personally. So I'm not gonna give it to one or the other night, but this match is one I definitely am excited for. I think, in my personal opinion, my pick for this, Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But I would be remiss not to say that I could see Cena winning this thanks to the help of The Rock. I could see Cena winning this thanks to the help of someone else that maybe we didn't expect to join The Rock in this corporate group. I think this is a group coming. I think someone will join with The Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott, another wrestler. I don't know who it could be, but I think it's possible. But I truthfully think right now, the way it stands, I think Cody will retain, and I think Cena will have to chase just a little bit longer to get to 17. I don't think... It does not make sense on the John Cena retirement tour for Cena to win the title at WrestleMania 41 this soon in the tour, unless you're going to do the story where Cena holds the title hostage and Cody has to scratch and claw and fight to get back to Cena for next year's WrestleMania. But we know this is Cena's last WrestleMania, so you're not going that story needs a payoff like WrestleMania if you're going to do that story. That's where I kind of get torn here. Do I think Cena has a shot? Absolutely. I think it's a literal 50-50 chance on who is going to win at WrestleMania in the main event, Cody or Cena. I'm picking Cody. Who are you picking for WrestleMania? Drop your predictions here down below. Make sure you subscribe to Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast, as well as check out Boom Broadcasting, their predictions over on that side that I'm a part of. They've got a bunch of content coming out. I don't know where I'll be. I know I'll be in Vegas, so if you see me, if by chance you recognize me, say what's up. I'll give you a little dap. We'll say what's good. We'll take we'll have ourselves a match. We'll throw the titles on the line. We'll have a match right there on the Las Vegas Strip. Why not? Fuck it. We ball. Nah, but for real. WrestleMania week is fast approaching. I still have stand and deliver predictions coming your way this week, so be on the lookout for them. Be on the lookout for content, as I will be posting content on social media at MOWM_podcast. I'll be posting some TikToks. I'll post some reels on Instagram, some Twitter stuff, and even some vlogs here, short form content on YouTube as well throughout the WrestleMania weekend, starting with the Superstore on Thursday, WWE World on Friday, potentially Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday, Night 2 of WrestleMania, and that's it. I'm leaving Monday because I got to go back to work. So I'm not going to catch the Raw after Mania or the NXT after Mania. Sad about it, but I can only stay in Vegas so long. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 4 days. That's 4 days too many for me to be in Vegas. Like I said, we're going to gamble ourselves WrestleMania tickets, folks. We're going to get there somehow, some way. Your boy will be at WrestleMania, and you will not miss on any and all of the coverage here on Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you could, please like this video. Subscribe if you like the content. Subscribe if you don't like the content and just mute me. Just show some love here. It's free. Show some love. Thank you guys so much here for watching and or listening on the audio side. This has been my WrestleMania predictions. Let's see how I do. We'll have a post show when I'm back back in action the following week after WrestleMania. We'll probably get all the good brothers like we did last year. Four Sides of the Ring, Championship Culture, the Prez, Boom Broadcasting, everybody. We'll get a big show going. So thank you guys for tuning in here. Enjoy WrestleMania. Enjoy Stand and Deliver. Enjoy all the indie shows. Enjoy all the content coming at you this week for WrestleMania. I'm out of here, guys. Take it easy. And remember, put it all on red, baby.